Welcome to Phil Lockoff Gymnasium at Shikellamy High School in Sunbury, Northumberland County. Tonight, it's the opening round of the PIAA State 4A playoffs. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined courtside by the guru of basketball himself, Douglas Walsh. Aaron Dugan will join us shortly. Game 2 of our doubleheader features the District 3 champions, third seed, against the District 4 championship from Mountoursville. And it should be a good game, but Middletown right now have a little advantage, especially in the experience.
Both teams senior laden, but Middletown, as you said, made it to the Final 8 last year in Quad A, so they're ready for this tournament to get started.
One of the guys to look out for, Ryan Hughes, number 0. He's a big player at 6'4", and he handles the ball a lot.
Senior, gets 21 points a game. He's versatile. He can drive it. He shoots the 3 over smaller defenders. He's got 98 threes on the year, and he's coming off a 25-point performance last time out versus Canardale.
Mountoursville on the same floor a week ago won their first district title since 1985 when they beat Mifflinburg. Owen Geis was a big reason why when he came out this year. He almost didn't. And we're going to talk about him now.
Yeah, Owen Geis, he's kind of the same type of a player as Hughes. He's averaging 13 a game. He drives it well. He finishes. He sets up the drive with the three-pointer. And they put him in the back of the zone because he's a real good rebounder on defense.
Let's talk about some keys to the game, Doug. First up for the Blue Raiders.
Well, if you're Middletown, you need to take away what Mountoursville does well, and that's they feed off opponents' turnovers and they pound the offensive glass. Middletown must control these. If you're Mountoursville, you got to keep what you're doing what you're doing. You share the ball well. They pass up good shots for a better one. They collectively control the glass at both ends. If they continue to do those two things, they'll be successful.
Well, it's the opening round, and we're about to get underway. When we come back, it's the opening tip and the starting lineups. Plus, we'll hear from Aaron Dugan. It's Middletown and Mountoursville next.
And the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Our national anthem here at Shikellamy. Let's take a look at the Blue Raiders of Middletown. Their starting lineup, 17-7 overall. They're 8-4 in the Mid-Penn Conference this year. And they look like this. Ryan Hughes will lead the way up front. That's Halcock, Truesdale, Leach, and Fox, a very experienced senior class, getting the lineup here. They're under the direction of Chris Satil, his 10th season with Middletown. For the Warriors of Mountoursville, 19-6 overall. They were 7-5 in the Heartland Conference. Their starters look like this. It'll be Tyler Weedy up front, Bauer, McCarthy, Warnicki, and Keese leading the way. One junior in that lineup. They're coached by Mike Messina, his 5th season. And if that name sounds familiar, well, that's because he's a longtime Major League Baseball player. Mike Messina, more on him. Let's go to Aaron Dugan.
Yeah, Bob, people watching at home tonight might say, hey, Mike Messina, that sounds familiar. That's because it does. He's had quite the illustrious career as a pitcher for both the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. Lots of accolades, a 5-time All-Star, 7-time Golden Glove recipient. He's also in the Orioles Hall of Fame. Now, being born in Williamsport and a former Warrior ball player himself, it wasn't a big surprise to the community when he came back to coach in Mountoursville. And, Bob, I think it suits him quite well.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Messina. Well, he played for the Orioles from 91 to 2000. The Yankees had a great year, won a championship there. 270 wins, not in the Hall of Fame quite yet. But boy, how about those career strikeouts? Over 2,800, Doug Walsh, 5-time All-Star, as Aaron mentioned. win 17-plus wins in every season. That's hard to do at any level.
Yeah, and it's done against my Boston Red Sox
Yeah.
too. Most of
Oh,
those.
come on.
Yeah, most of those games and strikeouts and wins and everything else came in the American League East. And I tell you what, doing it in that division, may have been the toughest in baseball for quite some time.
Well, think with Messina, when they last won the districts, 1985, he was a sophomore. When they went to the district finals in 1995, he was an assistant coach, still playing in the major leagues. He did that in the offseason. He loves basketball so much. He's come back. He's built his Warriors up now to be a team that, they started 2-20 his first year. Now we're a team that won a district championship since a long time. And boy, he really is doing a good job with a professional approach.
I'll tell you what, too, Bob. You think a baseball guy, what does he know about basketball? We saw this team play the other night. This is a well-coached team in basketball, so he knows his sports. I guess he knows all of them.
Both teams blue and gold, so Middletown will be in the blue with the gold trim. Mountoursville in the home white with the blue and gold trim, and it's the Blue Raiders who control the tip, and that is Trey Leach, 6-foot senior, with the ball.
Yeah, both of these teams got pretty good size.
And that's Hughes. Too easy, I think, on your first bucket.
Well, just like the first game, Mountoursville likes to play zone more often than not, like Mifflinburg did. So they might be a little uncomfortable if they have to go man and guard Hughes.
Well, talking to some people, Mountoursville needs to get off to a quick start. They haven't in the last couple of games. But again, this isn't Mifflinburg you're playing next week. No disrespect to them,
right,
like you did last week.
Well, both games they played, the last two, they went down at halftime. But if you get McCarthy going, the two best scorers, first two trips, Hughes gets two and McCarthy gets three.
Yeah, McCarthy was a bench player last year on a very good team. Blocked away by Reedy. And we're going to have a foul underneath.
Yeah, lots of energy on the first couple of possessions, both ends of the floor.
Bauer with the foul. That sends Kyle Truesdale, the senior, to the line, shooting 50% on the year, 56%. He'll shoot two. How much does it help Mountoursville having played here several times again, like Mifflinburg last week?
Now, I think it does. It helps you a lot. You're used to the surroundings, you're used to the gymnasium, you're used to the lighting, and you've had success too. So once you have success in a place, you feel a little bit more comfortable.
So we're tied early on. Talk about McCarthy. Again, a bench player last year, really worked hard on the offseason. He built himself into quite a scorer as Bauer hits it. McCarthy, 13-7 per game. Foul on the floor.
Well, Middletown's going to play fast. You know that. They want to get this score up around 70-75. That's not in Mountoursville's makeup or DNA.
So two quick fouls on Dylan Bauer, the junior. Truesdale back to the line, 1 of 2. Hits that one. So a quick substitution. Bauer's going to have to take a seat on the bench. That brings in Hunter Shear, a sophomore.
Well, that might be a problem for Mountoursville because Dylan Bauer has been playing outstanding of late, the last 4 or 5 games.
Truesdale, 3 of 4 early on from the charity stripe. We're tied again. McCarthy feeling it outside downtown, John McCarthy.
Well, Middletown in a half-court trap, and they trap all over, so they leave McCarthy open. Now twice they've left him open, and he's knocked down both of them.
He was trying to match it, can't get it. Blocked again. With Hughes playing the point guard, turned over to Plummer. Referees looking at one another.
Well, one of them had a charge. I think they both had a charge. Yeah, yeah, you see it. He's set. There's no doubt about it. Plummer should pull up rather than take that all the way. He was set all the way. Now you see the two. That was good officiating. It's in an area where it could be either referee's call, so they got together just to make sure that they both had the same call. They talked it over. They both had the same call. Good officiating.
McCarthy almost got that one to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. John McCarthy.
You see Mountoursville trying to get McCarthy off early and often. 2 jumpers and then a drive to the basket. Gets himself to the foul line. Get involved early.
I guess we'll see if Mountoursville can play at a pace like this.
Yeah. You know, when you get into the playoffs, into the state playoffs, each team wants you to play their style, so they're going to try to force you to play the one that they're comfortable with. And once you get a lead, the team that's down has to play the other team's style.
Big board, Tyler Reedy, the 6'5" senior. Getting physical here early on. Mountoursville may come out feeling something to prove.
Yeah, and it looks like they're man-to-man, Mountoursville. Their best defense is 1-3-1, so I'm sure you'll see that before the night's done.
Tipped up and will go the other way.
Yeah, Ryan Hughes over the top a little bit, go over the back, tipped it up, and it went off the shot clock.
They'll get it back to Shearer.
Middletown with the full court pressure leads to a quicker tempo. Oh, and Keese with a look of disgust after missing that one.
No foul, as Warnicki almost undercut Truesdale.
Well, the thinking there was both guys had a chance to go for the ball, so you couldn't penalize one and not the other.
Refs letting them play here early on, though. 2 fouls on each team.
You see Middletown, though, with their pressure defense, and they're quick. They want to play as fast as you possibly can.
Keese is going to slow it down to senior. He almost didn't come out for basketball this year. He's a very good baseball player. McCarthy, again, no good, back of the rim.
Yeah, but see, if you're Middletown, you don't mind that because it leads to faster tempo like that.
Leach to Hughes. 3-play opportunity coming up.
You see the push by Leach, and they always find their teammates. Ryan Hughes running the floor, getting ahead of the pack, and the good finish and the foul.
Hughes shooting 61% of the year. From your Blaze Alexander free throw line, misses it. Full court press. I'm sure Mountoursville will practice this all week, so you know there's going to be something that they saw, but you just can't, I don't think you can mimic the speed.
You can't. You put 6 or 7 guys on the defensive end in practice, but you're right, you can't practice the same speed you're going to get in game situation.
McCarthy with an interception. Warnicki, no good. Here comes Leach. He'll be called for a carry, and that will take us to our first timeout of the evening. It's been a fast-paced here early on. It's a 1-point advantage for the Warriors. We're back at Shikellamy. 1-point advantage for the Warriors of Mountoursville over the 3rd seed from District 3 Middletown, but it's taken away from Ryan Hughes, and that's too easy if you're Mountoursville.
Boy, Trey Leach doing a real good job pressuring all over the floor. He get hands on a couple of balls already. Muscles all over the place.
Keese, no good. Hughes has 6 so far. Goes over to the Blue Raiders.
Austin Lowe in the ball game. Big body for Mountoursville. Trying to help out on the defensive glass.
Middletown beat Kennard Dale 66-56 for that to get into the state playoffs. Before that, they lost to the eventual champion Berks Catholic 51-33. Tyler Petrosky into the game, a junior, number 4 for Middletown. Missed that shot. McCarthy lines it up, no good.
Yeah, if you're both teams, you don't mind that. If you're Mountoursville, you want McCarthy shooting the 3, and if you're Middletown, you don't mind the missed 3 because it leads to faster tempo.
David Alcott, he's off the bench for Middletown, missed that one. So both teams now going to the bench a little bit midway through this first quarter.
Well, with the pace of play that you're going to see in this game, you're going to need 7 or 8 guys each.
Started out pretty quick. A lot of both teams making field goals, but missed a lot of layups so far. Easy shots. McCarthy pulls it down.
But I think, as you said, Bob, the advantage goes to Mountoursville because they played here a few times.
Keys way downtown off the mark. He can shoot from out there. Plummer to the hole. Great no look. Easy bucket for Alcott.
Set up by Chris Plummer, drive to the basket, got into the lane, drew the help defense, and found his teammate.
So Middletown with the lead. Low, no good. Opposite side, good rebound by Keese.
Well, Mountoursville's a real good offensive rebounding team, as we said in the open. Once that shot goes up, if you're Middletown, you got to check your man out. Keep him off the glass.
Plummer has 23 threes. He can shoot from out there, so McCarthy wisely went out on him.
Well, he's left-handed too, and they like to work from the, well, as you said, Bob, right on cue. They like to work off the right side and drive it. When you're on the left side, you shoot it. Wow. Excellent work by Luke Warnicki. Behind the back in traffic, got away with it, and then found low on the baseline.
Quick off the dribble, is going to go to the line with 1:03 left here in the first quarter. So Low with the foul, his first. 14 fouls on Mountoursville. Plummer to the Blades Alexander Family Dealerships foul line. Shooting just 55% on the year.
Yeah, he struggles from there.
He can score, though. He had 22 against Susquehanna and 22 against Mifflin County this year.
Yeah, he's scoring well of late. You know, when everybody keys on Hughes, you need the other guys to step up, and certainly he's doing that in the last couple games. You know, too bad Middletown already has 3 guys that already they got to the foul line. They get to the foul line by driving it to the basket.
Petrosky with the pick. Truesdale with the big board.
Yep, another possession for Middletown. They got a 3 in transition, which is what they wanted. Hughes, they didn't convert, but the offensive rebound gets them another possession. Are they playing for 1 now with 30 to go? That looks like they might be.
Well, with that pace, I think I need a break. We get a break at all? 26 points up on the board so far in the first quarter.
Well, they'll probably come out with a high screen and roll at some point for Hughes. He's not going to give it up until very, very late if he doesn't shoot it.
5. Hughes hit, no call. McCarthy, the length of the floor, no good. So Middletown, being down early, has come back, and they have a 2-point lead after 1 here in the PIAA state playoffs.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
Doug, our Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships marquee matchup, Reedy and Plummer.
Well, Plummer, as you said, coming off 2 games in a row where he had 22 points. He averages 14 on the year. He's playing well of late. and Tyler Reed are coming off a double-double with 4 steals versus Mifflinburg, and he made a crucial 1-on-1 late in the ball game as well.
Plummer with 3. Reedy has 2, so both of those have gone on the board, and they've played a mark. 2 Middletown players run into each other. Advantage. Mountoursville, they take advantage of it, and Reedy will go to the line.
Plummer and Leach, you see, yeah, I don't know if that was a block or a charge, but we caught the tail end of it. They called the block. Right in front of us, though, Plummer and Leach looked like they were going for a fumble on the ground, and they cracked into each other, and both were shaken up a little bit. Plummer's still not right. He's trying to shake it off on the foul line, and Leach looks like he's okay.
Very physical so far. They're definitely letting them play, and there are a lot of guys on the floor and some hard hits.
Well, a lot of these guys on Middletown play football too as well, don't they? They have a tough mindset coming in.
And Middletown almost won a state title this year. Lost in Hershey. So a 1-point advantage for the team from District 3. With some experience. Beat Danville last year, 71-56, so they are familiar with District 4 teams. And they lost in the state quarters.
Good hands by Reedy. They went to zone that time. Reedy got his hand in there for the steal.
On the floor, he's pushing the pace. Mountoursville not afraid to play Middletown-type basketball.
They're going to get Trey Leach.
Fourth team fouls on both.
Yeah, he reached in. We get another one now on Brady Fox, so fouls are piling up.
Well, the towers are in there for Mike Musina's team. You have Reedy at 6'5", and Lowe he's 6'4", 6'5". Tallest guys on the floor.
Yeah. And Hughes is pretty tall as well. Even the guards from Mountoursville got some size. Bauer, who was on the bench, but now he checks in. And Warnicke, they're big bodies.
Warriors averaging around 55 points per game this season. As Lowe couldn't make the one free throw to tie this one up. Leach, no good. Amongst the trees, McCarthy got it. Quickly double teamed.
This is a kind of a game Mountoursville can handle. Middletown trying to push the pace. They're doing a good job pushing the pace, but you look up at the scoreboard, it's a 1-point game, so Mountoursville feels good about that.
They're pushing the pace, but the field goals just aren't going.
Yeah, they're not making
There's
them,
just no baskets.
Yeah, yep, you're absolutely right. And that's why I say it favors Mountoursville, because they like this kind of a game.
There's Hunter Shear, played quarterback this year for the Warriors. He'll be back, he's just a sophomore. In the corner. Neither team has hit a basket for a long time.
The rebounding stats are getting high, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's one way to get it. How about Austin Lowe giving Mountoursville the 1-point lead?
Yeah. From Dylan Bauer, though, he's playing with the 2 fouls now. He's a good assist man.
And Leach returns the favor. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, both teams have more success when they get the ball inside rather than relying on the jumpers, although McCarthy does have 2 long-range bombs. Might want to see Lowe get the ball inside.
Against Hughes. And Hughes laying off, doesn't want to pick up the foul. 2 in a row for the big guy underneath.
Now Austin Lowe, only a sophomore, but he's every bit of 6'6".
Turnover, Middletown. Tyler Reedy back in, along with Luke Warnicke for Mountoursville.
You see Mountoursville using more guys too with this frantic pace. They're not used to it, so they're going to go 7 or 8 deep. a lot more often tonight.
McCarthy and Keese have not taken a break, and they may not all game. You need one of those on the floor, I would think, the whole time. Hughes almost behind the back to Plummer. Blocked!
That was Keese, I do believe, one of the smallest guys on the floor. He was up over the rim to block that shot by Plummer.
Well, but Hughes was there for the garbage basket. There's a foul. I think it's going to go against either Plummer or
I think they got Plummer.
Truesdale, yeah.
Undercut him on the pass.
Plummer's second foul.
Tyler Reedy, pretty athletic. That was a good catch. He's got 2 good blocks.
Back to Warnicki, a senior. He averages 8 points per game. Matched up against Myers, senior. Ill-advised pass. No whistles. Reedy pulls it out.
Middletown gets their shots up, though, don't they?
You're going to need some ice after this game for both teams.
They got an illegal screen on Reedy. He wasn't quite set on the dribble handoff, and he bumped Truesdale.
30-second timeout going to be called by Middletown and Coach Santel.
Yeah, I think just to settle each team down, talk things over, slow this thing down. The pace is frantic, but the scoring is a little bit left to be desired.
Hasn't matched that.
See Coach Santel in there, directing his guys what he wants done. The style that they have going right now is what they want. They just can't put the ball in the hole.
Well, Middletown averages 64 points per game. They've made 98 threes on the season.
Well, you know, on the flip side, too, if you're Middletown, you're playing the pace you want, and you look up, you're not making any shots, but there's only a 1-point game there, too. So, you know, both teams are kind of happy.
I would think if you're Mountoursville, you're happy you're just down 1.
Mountoursville goes to the 1-3-1 now. This is their prime defense. The only place you're susceptible is the baseline and the corner jumpers.
Yeah, causes a turnover. Austin Lowe back into the game for Bauer. So this gives Middletown a chance to set up their full court press.
Yeah, it's full court man-to-man. They'll try to trap out of it, and they do trap out of it. Leach gets his hand in there again.
Hughes, one-on-one. Block, and there's a whistle. 3:57 left. When we come back, Hughes goes to the line for 2 shots.
Now you see Luke Warnicki doesn't think he got him, but he might have caught him on the face there.
1-point lead for the visitors as we take our immediate timeout under 4. It's Middletown 18, Mountoursville 17.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
We're back at Shikellamy. Middletown with a 1-point advantage. Ryan Hughes at the line. He converts on that. I have him for 8 points, make that 9. And the leading scorer for Middletown up in double figures already. And a 3-point lead for the Blue Raiders.
You see why he scores 20 a game, because he gets to the foul line a lot. He can make jumpers. He can take the ball to the basket. He can do a lot of things well.
Okay, both teams now settled into this game. Frantic pace early on, not much scoring. Things now simmering down a little bit. The winner will play Overbrook on Tuesday. They beat Lower Moreland today, and then a foul. This may go against Hughes.
Yeah,
it will be. His first.
He looks on in disbelief.
Low 0 for 2 tonight. He hits his free throws. We're tied. And then that could come to these games now in the States. That's what happens.
There's not much room or margin for error in these games. So yeah, you get to the foul line, you gotta make a decent percentage.
Back to a 2-point game. Mike Messina calls out the play.
Again, the 1-3-1 defense by Mountoursville.
Petrosky thought about it. This team 23-6 last year. Again, beat Danville in the first round. Leach, one of the smaller guys on the court, almost pulled that rebound down. Mountoursville lucky they get the ball back.
I'll tell you what, Trey Leach is involved in almost every play on the offensive end and the defensive end. He's got a motor on him. For the rest of this half now, both teams will be shooting bonus too, so.
McCarthy hit his first 2 threes, and he hasn't hit one since, but hey, Middletown throws it away, an unforced turnover for the Blue Raiders. Nice crowd on hand at Shikellamy, as you might expect, favoring Mountoursville.
They love their basketball down here. This is a good crowd.
Oh, when you're not in the state playoffs for 20-some years, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Enjoy it.
You never know when you'll get back again.
Yeah, Middletown's football team has done very well, and Reedy ties this one up. Reedy has 4.
Yeah, both teams have a lot of balance, Bob. Both teams have good scorers. A lot of guys that do a lot of things well. They all rebound well. They all assist. They find each other. And you see Hughes keep that ball alive. Got another possession. And again, another one.
Yeah, right into the hands of Hughes. This one he's going to take himself, and he'll go to the line.
I think they're going to get low this time. I don't think they're going to get Reedy. Let's see who they got it on. No, it is Reedy.
Reedy second. Hughes again to the line.
Yeah. You know, even if you're not a good foul shooter, although he's 60% foul shooter, the more times you get to the line in a game, the more comfortable you feel, and especially when you start making them. And he's doing a good job now, Ryan Hughes.
Both teams in the bonus. Hughes from the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships free throw line, hits 2 in a row. He's got 12.
And allows them to get into their full court pressure.
Keese. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3. He gets the whistle as Petrosky came out on him.
Yeah, I did not allow him to come down. A good veteran move by Keese too. He sold it. He got bumped a little, but he sold the rest of it, and he'll get 3.
So the district champs from District 4 hold their own. Keese misses this one. As a team, Mountoursville shoots about 74% on the season.
If this is a close game down the stretch, you'd have to give the edge to Mountoursville in that regard, Bob.
And we're back to a tie ball game.
He gets 2 out of 3, so not bad for Owen Keese.
Just when Middletown gets a 3-point lead, Mountoursville keeps battling back late here in the first half. Good ball movement inside the Leach, gets the trees, and it will go out of bounds.
You know, this kind of a game is the way Montour likes it, Bob. This is their specialty. You know, you said earlier they were down in the last 2 games, both times at halftime, and slow starts, and then they recover in the second half. You look up, Middletown's playing real fast. It's not the kind of game Mountoursville likes, but you look up and you're tied with 1.5 minutes to go in the half.
Keese will go to the line. Leach, I think, a little frustrated underneath on a call, having some words with the referee. And I will put Keese on the line again.
If you're Trey Leach, it was a little ill-advised out there at half court, especially with Mountoursville in the bonus. And he really wasn't going toward the basket. No need to foul him out there. You know, you're going to commit more fouls when you're Middletown, when the style you play. But you have to pick your spots and commit smart fouls. I wouldn't say that was a smart foul by Middletown.
Substitution, Petrosky goes out for Middletown. Plummer back in.
Plummer back in. I think he hurt himself on that collision out at half court earlier.
Hughes, no good. You mentioned team rebounding in your keys, and that Mountoursville's doing a good job of that.
And they pick up another foul.
On Plummer?
Dave Alcock.
I have 3 on Plummer now.
I think they're going to get Alcock on that one. Yeah, that was Alcock. But again, a foul 85 feet from the basket. Now, Lowe's not the greatest foul shooter in the world, but you're putting him at the line. And it's double bonus. Takes a little bit of pressure off, but Lowe misses the first.
Lowe 1 of 5 tonight. I think that 1 of 6 from the line. Coming up on the 1 minute mark here in the first half. Hughes in the paint. And Leach. Got to go to the line. He get fouled.
Once again, Trey Leach around the ball. Picked up the offensive rebound off the Hughes miss. Now he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Leach 60% on the year. Had 30 points against Lower Dauphin this year. He's listed at 6 foot. I'd say maybe a little bit shorter than that. And Middletown likes to play him underneath.
He's got a body on him. Look at him. He's thick. He's strong. He's compact. He's quick.
Again, a lot of football players on this team as he converts 2.
I don't think I'd like to get hit by him on the football field.
No,
that's for sure.
He has 4. We're tied at 24.
Little zone pressure this time and it worked. They got a tip.
In the low, blocked from behind, but they're going to get Hughes, I think, from behind on the foul. Tough call there for Middletown.
It certainly is. Ryan Hughes, here it is from behind. You make the call. Did he hit him on the shoulder? Ryan Hughes doesn't think so, but the referee does, and he has the final say.
Austin Lowe, living at the charity stripe tonight, is not taking advantage of it.
No, that's 3 in a row he's missed, yeah. And really, he's probably the worst on the floor at shooting fouls, and he's the guy that keeps going to the line.
1 of 8.
That could be a problem down the stretch. And Coach Mussina he's twixt in between. He has to have him in there for size, but it's almost like hack-a-shack if you can't make a foul.
Hughes doing his job underneath at 6'4". And Plummer with the foul, and I have Plummer now with 4. Back to the line goes Mountoursville to shoot 2.
Yeah, you have to play a little bit smarter if you're Chris Plummer.
They're saying that's his 3rd.
Well, that foul was committed about 76 feet away from the basket. So they've gotten it down. It's 94 to 85, now to 76 feet away. But you got a pretty good foul shooter on the line now.
He's 4 of 6 on the line.
Got a foul shooting contest here, Bob-eyed.
We're tied at 26.
They got a hand check there on Hunter Shearer.
So Hughes back to the line, and you mentioned foul shooting contest. That's exactly what it's been here under the last 2 minutes or so. Ryan Hughes really doing the only damage for Middletown.
Makes for a long game.
Hits this one of the one-on-one. He's 5 of 6 from the line. Six of 7.
Well, that's who you want at the line if you're Middletown. Ryan Hughes.
Plenty of time as Lowe throws it away. Owen Key saying, slow, calm down, right? Calm down.
Yeah, the senior talking to the sophomore. Would they play for one? They did in the first quarter. We'll see if they do it the second quarter with 12 to shoot. So
coming up at the half, Aaron Dugan will join us. He'll take us through as we take a look at the University of Scranton Lady Royals. Hughes gonna travel. Some days you get away with the Euro step and some days you don't.
well, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the ball went in the basket there on the tip.
I noticed. I didn't call it, but I noticed. McCarthy, I don't think it will count, and it won't. But a good half for Mountoursville against Middletown, and they trail by 2 here at Shikellamy, 28-26.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
Well, we've got a game here tonight at Shikellamy High School. Mountoursville trailing Middletown by 2 at the half in the first round of the PIAA Quad A playoffs. Thanks for joining us tonight on MyTV WQMY, everyone. I'm Aaron Dugan, joined by Bob Ide and Doug Walsh. We're glad you could join us. A big weekend for high school hoops, a big weekend for local college basketball as well. The University of Scranton hosting the NCAA Division III Regional Finals this weekend. They're playing Bowdoin right now as we speak. Tufts and Messiah also in the mix. And our own Bob Ide got a chance to catch up with head coach Trevor Woodruff and the ladies earlier in the week.
This was supposed to be a rebuilding year for the University of Scranton Lady Royals basketball team. But don't tell that to them.
We kind of started the season with that underdog mentality, and it's kind of just spiraled from there. And you know, we didn't mind when people said that, you know, this year was going to be a rebuilding season, because to us it wasn't a rebuilding. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't that kind of process for us. It was more so we're going to go out, we're going to give 100% every game and just do our thing.
With you, we weren't quite sure at the beginning of the year how we were going to make up for what we lost in graduation to 3 seniors, all quality, important players, 2 of which are probably 2 of the 6 or 8 best players in the history of the school. So we weren't sure. We had some struggles early on. We were able to win through the struggles. But it seemed like when we came back for Christmas that things started to click a little bit. Everybody started to find their role. And, you know, everything has really worked out. We've played a bunch of close games. We've found a way to win them all but one. And, you know, it isn't any one thing. But if I did have to say, you know, what has stuck out to me about this team, it's been team chemistry.
We've definitely proved a lot of people wrong this year already. We're just trying to do what we can and keep it going as long as we can.
The winning has gone on since December 2nd, when the Lady Royals lost for the last time. That's 23 wins in a row, with a lot of help from Dunmore's Emily Sheehan and Wallenpaupack's Bridget Mann.
There's no question that they're 2 of the biggest reasons. You know, when you look at Bridget, she's carried the workload for us offensively throughout the season. Emily is really our #1 defensive player, so they're kind of the yin and yang.
It's actually really cool, because, you know, you never really would have thought you'd always come to the games when you were little and everything, and it was always like something you aspired to be. And to be able to put that uniform on now, there's just so much tradition, and you can just feel it in the locker room.
It's so exciting to be so close to home, and I see people out, and they're always like congratulating me and everything. I feel proud to be representing this area, so it's definitely a really exciting time for us.
This weekend, Scranton hosts the Division III Regional Finals at the John Long Center, a home court where they are 16-0 this season.
It's an incredible opportunity we have. We're very fortunate. We haven't had a lot of games away from this gym since the middle of February, so we love playing at home. We have the best fans in the world who really come out and support us, so it's really going to help us come Friday night.
The Lady Royals will need that tradition in their first game when they meet 5th-ranked Bowdoin. If the Lady Royals can knock off the Polar Bears, they'll leap into the Elite Eight with a chance of making the Final Four for the first time since 2006.
They're a great team, and we haven't seen a team like them who presses the way they do and whatnot, and they're aggressive. So we just have to come out and play our best game.
As long as we can keep our composure and play to the ability that we've been doing all season, I think we'll be fine.
We have to play our best. I don't think we played our best game yet, so I think that this coming weekend, it's going to come.
In Scranton, Bob Ide, Fox 56 Sports.
All right, Bob, thanks for that story. Unfortunately, the Lady Royals will not be headed to the Final Four. I got a chance to just check my Twitter feed, and they lost to Bowdoin 66-54. That was just moments ago. But they do finish their season a very impressive 28-2, so congratulations on the fantastic season. Speaking of fantastic, it's going to be a great second half, so make sure to stay with us here on MyTV WQMY Mountoursville, trailing by 2 over Middletown at the half.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
We're back at Shikellamy, a 2-point lead for the 3rd seed out of District 3. That's Middletown. They lead Mountoursville 28-26. Bob Ide, Doug Walsh, we are courtside, a fast-paced, up-and-down game. Not much scoring per se for all the shots that they've taken, but Mountoursville, I think, very happy to be down just 2.
Well, as you said, now they've been down the last 3 games they played. They've been down at halftime. They're a second-half ball club. They're not playing as well as they would like. The pace is a little bit faster than they would like, but you look up at the scoreboard, they're only down 2. I think if you're in Mountoursville's locker, you're pretty happy.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. It came out quickly for Mountoursville, especially John McCarthy. He had 2 big threes.
Yeah, John McCarthy doing what he does best, spotting up and hitting threes. Got Mountoursville off early. And then you see Leach hits Hughes, and he gets fouled. And then Plummer dumps it to Alcock. They play well together. They share the basketball. And a little corner jumper, and then the offensive rebound by Keese. Plummer gets his only 3 of the first half from the left side. And then you see the dump down into Lowe and a good finish. Sophomore having a nice first half. Leach all the way to the basket. Takes Lowe to the hole and finishes. And you see Keese goes inside the big fella again. The turnaround jump hook is almost unstoppable. The great block by Keese, but it falls right into Hughes's hands following things up. Reedy with the turnaround J. And that's where you have a 28-26 lead for Middletown.
Story, though, the first half, Doug, has to be the free throw shooting. Mountoursville just 8 of 19. Austin Lowe, 1 of 8. You convert half of those, you're probably leading by 4.
Well, Lowe is the only guy you don't want on the line if you're Mountoursville. They're a better foul shooting team than Middletown, but it's almost like the hack-a-shack, like we said before. If you keep putting Lowe on the foul line, the sophomore, a little inexperience, struggles at the line, that's good for Middletown.
So both teams warming up. We'll take our final break and have the 3rd quarter on the other side.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
Back at Sunbury, Shikellamy High School hosting a triple header today in the PIAA playoffs. This is the nightcap. It's 4A action between Middletown and Mountoursville. 3rd quarter underway.
Mountoursville in the 1-3-1 with traps in the corner.
Biggest lead for either team in that first half was by Middletown. Was just 3. Hughes just continues to do what Ryan Hughes does. He has 16, 18 now. First bucket of the 3rd quarter, and that's apropos.
A little 1-3-1 of their own for Middletown.
Bauer picking up some stuff off the shot from McCarthy.
McCarthy saw him at the last minute underneath.
Either Mountoursville, if you take care of Hughes a little bit, make the rest of the other team beat you, you have a chance.
Yeah, you're right, but he's such a good player. It's easier said than done. You better take care of that guy, though, too, with your Middletown.
McCarthy gives Mountoursville back the lead. That's his third 3 of the night. He has 9. He can shoot it from out there.
Well, they shoot it with so much confidence, too. He missed a few after he made those first 2, but you got to keep shooting.
I think if you want Leach shooting out there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Just 8 threes on the season. Almost a backcourt violation on Keese.
Brady Fox coming out a little too high on the defensive end for Middletown.
And a push going to be against Hughes, I think. And if that goes against Hughes, that's number 3, I believe.
Boy, it is against Hughes, but credit Tyler Reedy for challenging that rebound and getting his hand in there and frustrated Hughes into the push.
Back out to McCarthy. He's swinging around to Keese and way off the mark. He just haven't had a shot tonight.
And he's the kind of guy, though, that he'll have a tough night and then he'll make one down the stretch and beat you. The 1-3-1 has him a little baffled.
Keese to the hole.
There's Reedy again. Foul.
And a foul on Leach. Fouls are starting to pile up for the Blue Raiders.
You know, if you're Middletown, you love the effort and you love the hustle, but they've committed 4 or 5 ill-advised fouls today that maybe hurt them later on. Fouls that you don't really need.
McCarthy, turn and shoot. 2 in a row. John McCarthy from downtown, biggest lead of the night for the Warriors. It's 4 now.
Well, this is their MO. They're usually down at half, and they come out and they play a good third quarter and a good second half.
Truesdale stops the bleeding a little bit for Middletown.
People don't realize how hard that shot is. That's a difficult shot.
Turnover. Plummer went for the dunk. He's got his hand, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, Owen Keese was sizing that one up from behind, and he got a piece of it. You see Keese gets a piece of his arm, but couldn't get up high enough. Yep, he fouled him.
So Plummer to the line. 55% on the year for him.
Doesn't seem like his shoulder's bothering him that much now after the half.
4 points for Chris Plummer, 6'3" senior.
Reedy doing a good job again.
So with the 1 free throw, the 1-point lead. He's trying to thread the needle, couldn't get it in.
He was trying to go to Reedy and it got deflected over to Warnicki, so that worked out for him.
And McCarthy starting to heat up, the leading scorer for Mountoursville. He has 8 in this quarter already.
Boy, he needs a little time to get that shot off. He doesn't really jump real high, but he's pretty consistent with it. Kick ball. We'll give it to Middletown at half court.
We'll give Middletown a lot of credit too. In 2014, they were 10-10, 15-7-15. Last year, 16-14-9. And last year, 23-6. So they've been a team on the rise. As Hughes puts it in with the left hand.
Well, a lot of teams won't do that. They'll put Middletown put their best player in the middle of that 1-3-1 zone, and he can attack from there. Good job by Ryan Hughes.
Yeah, Ryan Hughes with 20. Rest of the team, 15. Bauer cuts. Gets his own rebound, though. Nice job by Dylan Bauer.
Fortunate that first one came right back to him. See, a lot of teams don't know how to attack the 1-3-1, Bob. It's so unusual. You don't practice it much, against it much.
Leach with his first 3. We're tied at 38.
Looks like they're chasing McCarthy now with Kyle Truesdale.
McCarthy's going to force it. Will they give him the basket, or will they stay out in front? I don't know if they're going to give it to him. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll find out on the other side. 3:10 remaining. Tied here at Shikellamy. Well, Mountoursville Warrior fans brought their voice to this one. And they're happy so far. Their team tied at 38, and they have the ball underneath. So the basket didn't count. The foul, though, did.
Yeah, they got him on the floor before he let it go.
Keese got undercut, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Brady Fox.
That's the second time tonight. Now Keese goes to the line for 3.
Yeah, you got to let him come down. If he goes straight up, he's got to be allowed to come straight down. He's going up all right, but they're not letting him come down.
He has done well tonight from the line. 5 of 7. Last time he was on the line for 3, he missed the first and made the last 2. Let's see now what happens. Or did I jinx him?
Yeah, that's what you want, is this guy on the foul line or McCarthy.
Again, almost didn't come out for the team this year. Was the only starter back from last year's team. Bet you he's glad he did, though.
Well, yeah, you know, they graduated 4 starters from last year, so the cupboard looked like it was bare, and good thing he did come back.
Quickly down the court, Kyle Truesdale, he'll go to the line.
Looks like they're going to get Keese. He wants to go have a conversation with the official.
Truesdale to the line. He's 3 of 4 so far. That's the 3rd foul, though, on Keese. He misses that one. So a bunch of players have 3 fouls. Most of them on the Middletown side. Plummer there, and he'll get 2 shots.
Looks like they're going to get low. Oh, no, it's McCarthy. Yeah. Credit Plummer, though, for getting in there and stealing that rebound away from Mountoursville.
Well, Plummer's not a bad guy to foul. He's just 1 of 4 on the night. That's McCarthy's first, by the way. And Plummer hits it, though, from the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships free throw line. So Lowe back in. Tyler Reedy returns, number 20. Plummer looked good on that one.
Reedy right into the ball game. Immediately comes down with the rebound.
Well, they can run it too. Can Mountoursville, Luke Warnicki.
Well, they're good at picking their spots on when to fast break.
It's Warnicki's first basket.
Yeah, Leach with the answer.
Middletown doesn't waste any time coming back. Keese now, they're going to play Middletown ball. Not sure it's going to work that way. Leach pushing the pace. Plummer. Fox. 3 shots for the Blue Raiders and nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
2-point game, 2 minutes left in the third.
Mountoursville challenges every shot. Leach almost knocked it away again. Boy, he's active. He never stops working either. Always giving the 100% effort.
Keith trying to bank it in.
I don't know if he called that though, Bob.
He might have. Middletown with a chance to tie this one up. They led at the half by 2. Good box out. Middletown fans wanted the foul as Hughes got held. McCarthy's going to turn and open shot, no good. Hughes going to push it. He's going to take it the distance and he's going to get rewarded for it. As the foul, I think, is going to go against McCarthy.
Yeah, good job by Hughes. Pushing the pace. You knew he wasn't going to give it up. He had it in his hands and he was not going to pass it. And McCarthy slid in and picked up the foul. You see, you knew he wasn't going to give it up. He was going all the way. Everybody in the gym knew that.
Hughes scored 33 against Trinity and had 32 twice this season beyond that.
He's got the scorer's mentality, not going to be denied. He can shoot it well. He can drive it well. And he's getting a lot of points from the charity stripe here tonight, too.
Reedy pulls it down.
Mountoursville has numbers if they want them. Yeah, they'll back it out.
Now it looks like Petrosky's guarding McCarthy. Well, he's blanketed, I should say, McCarthy. He's all over him. So trying to take McCarthy out of the game. Warnicki with the dribbling skills. Little run now by Middletown. Leach in the corner. That's going to be a 2, but they take a 1-point lead.
Well, the pace favors Middletown again.
He saw an opening.
He's a good finisher.
Back and forth we're going. No one wants to slow this down. Finally, the senior Keith says, I will. Goes through a double team. 2 double teams, and he'll go to the line. Not going to pass the ball, Doug.
No. Whoever has it shoots it in this game, Bob.
Hey, it's good in the playground. That's what it is, right?
A good, strong drive. They're going to get Alcock, I think, with the foul there. Just rolls around and misses. But Keith's back to the foul line again.
He's excelled there tonight.
I think there's probably more made foul shots in this game than there are field goals.
This is his 12th shot from the line. He's missed just 2. Another one made, low into the game. Keith's going to get a break before we head into the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you what, I think the referees are doing a pretty good job in this game. I know there's a lot of fouls called in this game, but there's an awful lot of fouls committed in this game too, so I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Little 5-0 run now put on by Mountoursville here late in this 3rd quarter. And in that 1-3-1, that's the guy who won it, and he's blocked. Hughes blocked by Reedy, and that ends the 3rd quarter, and the fans loving it here in Shikellamy. The Warriors lead the Blue Raiders by 3 after 3. Welcome back to Shikellamy, everyone. 3 quarters in the book here in the opening round of the 4A state playoffs between Middletown and Mountoursville. And Doug, it's been quite a game, back and forth, not really any big runs for either team. But again, Mountoursville did have a little 5-0 run at the end of the third quarter. That's why they lead by 3.
Well, this is Mountoursville's kind of game. This is the way they've been playing the last 3 or 4. And they've won 6 in a row, too, coming into this game. Just doing the exact same thing they're doing tonight.
Now they're going to force Middletown, I think, into their pace right now. Don't you think? Reedy no good. Leach with another board. He's going to just push it, and no one there to stop him.
Yeah, he has one speed, and that's high speed, and he doesn't stop.
He has 13. Does Leach, and Peace does his job on the other side too.
Yeah, he's a great finisher.
And that's what Ryan Hughes can do. And suddenly, just like that, tied at 49.
Yeah. 6:45 to go. We got a new ball game.
And we got a turnover on the Warriors. 24 for Ryan Hughes. High this year is 33. He's single-handedly keeping Middletown in the game, and everyone in the gym knows it.
yeah, you're right.
Everyone watching on TV knows it, and everyone here knows it.
Try to stop him. That's the hard thing.
He's going to be called for a travel. He did move his feet.
Yeah, not much of an argument from the Middletown bench.
He was not happy going to the bench at the end of the third quarter. He pounded his fist into it. Maybe thought he was fouled right at the end of the third. Middletown still in the man-to-man. They're going to trap a little.
Yeah, I think they're picking up McCarthy man-to-man, and they're in a diamond. The other guys, it might be a diamond and one. Good hands by
Plummer has the ball, and Plummer will go to the line.
Half the gym is a little excited on every call here. Great rebound by Chris Plummer, though.
McCarthy's third foul. As you see, both these teams have most of their timeouts left. Middletown's the only one that's called a timeout.
Well, that's thanks to the Fox 56 crew, QMY team, right? They get 4 extra ones.
Plummer's been at the line a lot tonight. This is his 8th free throw. He's only made 1 though. So if you're going to foul, he's one of the guys low on the other side. And there's the timeout. Probably a good call. We'll stay right here.
They had a little trap there, full court. They were kind of in a bind. So Coach Musina had the referee right in front of him and said, let me have a timeout. Had he gotten rid of the ball, they would have had numbers.
Here's what the Warriors have done down the stretch. You mentioned the 6-game winning streak, their last loss, to Danville, who Mifflinburg upset in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's a couple good wins there. Loyal Sock, Milton, Shamokin, Selinsgrove here. There's some good wins.
Some good wins, and they've scored some this year.
And this is a little bit higher than they would like. And it's a little bit lower than Middletown would like. But there's still 6 minutes to go, 5:55.
Keys couldn't get that one. They gave up 82 in a loss to Loyal Sock. That's the most on the season for Mountoursville. Back in that 1-3-1. Reedy gets a hand on it.
Yeah, it slows Middletown down. If anything, it slows them down. The 1-3-1.
Mountoursville, second game of the year, put up 68. That's a season high. Most of the time, though, they're going to be in the 50s. Keys with a spin, and it's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, excellent defense by Kyle Truesdale. Just held his ground.
A little chuckle after, too, I might say.
Yeah.
So 5:19 left in this game. Neither team with any kind of advantage. I'm sure we'll see a lot of free throws though down the stretch.
Both teams with the same amount of timeouts. Both teams with the same fouls committed. Both teams with 49 each. Well, now it's 51-49, but this is a pretty evenly matched game.
I'm running out of room on my score sheet for Hughes, by the way. He has 26. Warnicki to pump fake. Out of bounds, will go over to the Raiders. Guys all over the floor.
Yeah, a lot of hustling, a lot of guys diving on the floor, just what you want to see in a playoff game.
Well, we do know who they will play, whoever wins this game. It will be Overbrook. They beat Lower Moreland 76-51 tonight. Those games on Tuesday. Hughes in and out. That was in the cylinder. They're going to call foul, though.
And they're getting Truesdale. Still not bonus yet, so. But Reedy with another rebound. He's a monster on the boards.
The Middletown coach not liking something.
He hasn't liked a lot of things tonight. Well, you got to expect, though, when you play this style, you're going to commit more fouls.
Power block by Hughes.
Good defense by Ryan Hughes. I think he got a piece of that shot, yeah.
McCarthy was in Hughes' face. They're going to give it up to McCarthy, but he's got a 1-on-2. Let's see what he does. No foul call. Mike Messina not liking that.
Boy, good job by Ryan Hughes, though, hustling back.
No whistles. Hughes with the left hand, hooping the harm. He gets that, and we'll take a break. On the other side, Ryan Hughes to complete the three-point play, and it's a 4-point lead for the Blue Raiders. Well, we are back in Sunbury. 3:42 left in this game. And it's been a wild one, Doug Walsh.
Yes, it has.
And Ryan Hughes is putting on a clinic. 28 points, complete a three-point play, and maybe a 5-0 run for the Blue Raiders.
He scored at that end. He went down and changed his shot and blocked one down this end. Then he came back and got an offensive rebound and made a three-point play there. So your best player is taking the game over.
Well, every time a team has made a run, the other team has come right back. Let's see if Mountoursville can do that. Keese can't get the roll. He's not had the range tonight.
And he's struggling a little bit from the field. Middletown slowing it down by design. They're not used to this.
I think if you have Plummer, you'll foul him now.
Yep, you might want to, you know, Kennard Dale did that. They fouled the entire fourth quarter.
Blocked from behind. Keese to push it. Hoop in the hard, three-point play, Owen Keese.
If you can't make your jumper, take it to the basket. And he's excellent at that. You see him all the way, and Hughes, no argument. He picked up the foul. And the good finish by Keese.
He has 14, 16, 18. They get a big board underneath. Down by 3 of the Warriors.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but that's got to be a lot of rebounds by Tyler Reedy.
Leach with the foul as McCarthy was going to put on the screen, and that's 4 on Trey Leach, and he's not happy. McCarthy goes to the line. 1-1.
It looked like he pushed him. I don't know, it's kind of right in front of us here. He says no. He said it was a flop, but looked to me like the arms got extended.
15 for John McCarthy. Here comes Mountoursville back. Like Messina talked about, it's a game of runs, as you know, Doug.
Yeah, one team gets a 5-0 run, the other team comes right back.
Who will have the last run?
That's right. Usually the team in a game like this, the team that has the last run comes out on top.
2:45 left in the game. Opening round, state playoffs.
Mountoursville man-to-man now, Bob. Let's see what Middletown will run. 1-4 set. Will probably take them off the dribble.
Well, you think Hughes has to touch the ball, right?
Yeah, they're into the flex offense again.
That's a foul. As Leach, tough underneath. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, you see the flop there and no foul there, and then on the rebound, it looked like a held ball, but Warnicki thought it was a jump ball, but Leach will go to the line.
Leach 60% on the line this year. Hit that one. He had 21 points against Milton Hershey. That was in December, then came back with 30 against Lower Dauphin. He makes both, and Mountoursville is going to call a full timeout. 2:17 left in this game. We'll stay right here. 3-point lead for Middletown.
Well, Mountoursville has to set things up now with 2:17 down 3. You don't want to start jacking up threes if you're Mountoursville. You want to keep running your offense.
Here's what the Blue Raiders have done down the stretch. Again, lost to Berks Catholic. They won the District 3 championship of 4A. Tough teams there. Tough loss to Trinity. He's always a good team.
Middletown won 5 of their last 6 and 6 of their last 8. So they come in kind of on a roll as well. I mean, everybody loses to Berks Catholic. They're a really good ball club. They could make some noise in the state playoffs. Everybody knows that.
Okay, what do you see now from the last 2:17?
Well, you have to keep Mountoursville off the glass if you're Middletown. You don't have to start jacking up threes if you're Mountoursville. You just want to run your offense and try to get something going toward the hole, maybe get yourself to the foul line. If you're Mountoursville, you might want to foul a couple guys. Plummer's not a real good foul shooter. Maybe you want to foul Brady Fox, put him on the line. Kennard Dale did that the entire second half, as I mentioned before, and they came back from 20 down and they cut it to 8.
Someone got a hand in there, taking away a turnover. Plummer. Who got that? Leach?
Trey Leach. Trey Leach on the foul. Johnny on the spot. That's what hustle does for you.
It's going to go against Plummer.
Yeah, here it is. The great, it might have been goaltending, but you see the foul by Leach, the good hustle. And now Middletown wants a timeout, and the coach is giving a stare down to the referee. Yeah, he's having a conversation with the other referee that didn't make the call. But they called a foul on Plummer, and that's going to stand.
Well, he said his piece. The referee took it. His team up 5. They're on a little bit of a run now. They come out quickly.
Now, a lot of seniors. They've been here before, like we said. They made it to the Elite 8, so to speak, last year. So they have experience in games like this. On the other side, Mountoursville, as you said, have only been here twice in the last 30 years, so they kind of lack a little bit of experience, even though they are a senior-laden club.
So Owen Keese, who's had quite a night on the line, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, it's still
Shooting
1-1. Yeah, still 1-1, so the pressure's on him a little bit. Now, if you're Mountoursville, these are must makes when inside 2 minutes.
Ooh. Threw that off his hand. It didn't look that good coming out. Now, what do you do? Mountoursville foul. The Plummer touches the ball. I think you have to foul him.
Well, he just had it and they didn't get him. Now they got Keese on a block. Leach just left the foul line and he threw two up that looked pretty good. I think he's the kind of a guy that's a gamer too. I don't know if I would foul Trey Leach, but it's still 1-1. There's still some pressure on him.
It's 4 on Keese.
Yeah, regardless of the percentage on the year for Trey Leach, he's a guy you want on the line late in the game.
Leach suddenly 19 points on the evening. Biggest lead of the night for either team. It's 7 late here in this contest. Taken away. Plummer was on the line, but great hustle.
He's taking a beating today, Plummer. Now it's his right arm after diving on the floor. He's gonna be soaking in the tub tonight. Well, if a three presents itself for Mountoursville, you take it, but you don't have to start jacking up threes.
Look out.
Leach looked like he was going to end up in our lap.
You don't want to foul Hughes.
Yeah,
they have no choice.
Yeah, they had no choice, yeah. Yeah. McCarthy looked over to the bench like, hey, I know I don't want to foul Hughes, but he wasn't going to give it up, so I had to foul him. This will be the last 101 too, so the rest of them after this bonus will be double bonus. So pressure off both teams. It'll be interesting to see the total foul shots in this game and the total fouls made in this game. There's quite a few.
Hughes tonight has only missed 2 foul shots. Warnicki to the line.
Yeah. And now
Greedy foul.
Yeah, now we're in the whoever has it foul him mode.
Well, you mentioned who was going to have the last run. Looks like Middletown and then a little bit more experience.
Yep, you're right. In a game of runs, the team that it's a close game, the team that has the last one and the longest one usually wins the ball game, and Middletown has had the last one and the longest one.
Fox, 55% foul shooter at the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships free throw line. It's 1 of 2. He's the only point on the night, but it gives Middletown a 10-point lead.
Well, if you're Middletown now, you just got to make sure you rebound the basketball.
Keese late, hits a 3, timeout. Warriors.
Yeah, it looks like it's a 30. So now if you're Mountoursville, you know you're going to foul. So what I would do is I would put 5 bench players into the game and commit the foul. And then after the foul is committed, you substitute your other guys back in. I used to do that when I was coaching. We had the bomb squad, we called it, and the kids embraced it. They loved it. If you come up with a steal, you go right to the basket and lay it in and do the same thing again. As soon as it comes in, if you don't get the steal, you foul.
Well, who are you fouling?
You got to try to let Plummer get the basketball and then foul him. They just put
Hughes is going to take the ball out, so.
Yeah, it might go right back to him.
I don't know if I'd foul him either.
Yeah,
Leach hit a
traps.
couple.
Well,
There's the foul.
Yeah, there you go. They got him.
A little late. I think Shearer came a little late.
Well, you want to get 1 or 2 traps and see if you can come up with the steal. They kept the ball moving pretty well, too. Kept it away from people so they couldn't foul, but still not over.
It's 2 shots, though, for Plummer.
Yeah.
Or double bonus time.
Little pressure off. But if you're Mountoursville, you'd be happy with 1 of 2. Now you can also, too, if you're Mountoursville, if a 3 presents itself, you take it, but you can also take it right to the basket and get a quick 2.
It's the 1 of 2. I don't know if you want Shearer shooting it. There's the foul against Plummer.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get Keese. And I think he knows it's his 5th, does he? He's leaving the game.
That's 5.
Yeah, he knew it. Yeah, he knew it. Well, you got a feel for Mountoursville, the seniors, and Owen Keese. Last game of his career, he didn't play up to his expectations, but he's had a great career in Mountoursville.
First one won't
He stepped on the
go.
line.
He stepped on the line. Well, we were tied at 49.
Yeah.
Early part of this 4th quarter.
Yep. 15-7 run to finish. Yep.
That's where that experience comes in. You would
Absolutely.
think, right?
Absolutely, with your senior-laden club. Yep. And they've been there before, like we said last year.
And big reason why is this guy right here, Ryan Hughes. Big season for him last year, averaged just over 20 points as well. And he'll take his team, looks like, into the 2nd part of the state playoffs to take on Overbrook next Tuesday.
And you know, too, Bob, he averages over 21 points a game, and you think, well, boy, he must be unselfish. He shares the ball. This whole team, they pass it, they go for the open guy. He just, he does it better than anybody else, though. He can shoot it, he can drive it, and he gets to the foul line. He's made a living at the foul line as well tonight. And then Mountoursville putting up the white flag. And entertaining ball game, I will say that. The seniors get the ovation for Mountoursville over there.
Give the Warriors a lot of credit. First district title since 1985.
You know, it's always disappointing. Everybody's going to end there's only 4 teams or 6 teams that are going to have a win in their last game. Everybody else is going to have a loss in their last game. So nothing to hang your head about if you're Mountoursville.
Ryan Hughes will come off. The Middletown faithful that have come up from Harrisburg. He'll leave the game and the crowd will start filing out. So last 25 seconds of the game.
Yeah. A couple guys trying to get into the scoring column.
It just means I have to go to my
Tymier Jackson with the steal by Middletown. Took it down and missed the layup.
Jason Good at the line, a 6-foot senior.
Good for him.
Jake Sims in the game.
Well, we got 1 of 2 anyway. Got into the score sheet.
That's right. You get into the paper for that. And the clock hits 0. And the triple header here at Shikellamy comes to an end. as Mountoursville drops this one 66-57, wrapping up their season 19-7 overall, and more importantly, District 4 champs. Doug and I will wrap things up here from Shikellamy when we come back on the other side. Look at that.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
And for the final time, Doug and I are back, along with Aaron Dugan here at Shikellamy High School. Triple header today. Millville won the first game, by the way. Should point that out. District 4 team did win. Then second game, Valley View won 64-45. They move on from District 2. They beat Mifflinburg. And then this one, Mountoursville drops a tough one, 66-57 over Middletown from District 3. Yeah. So tough day if you're quad A here in District 4, but you did pull out a single A game in this triple header.
Yeah, Middletown, what can you say? Up and down kind of a game. Ryan Hughes, Trey Leach, they had a really good team effort. They played it. They didn't play as good as, and that's a sign of a good team. They didn't play as well as they normally do, but the style that they play wears other teams down. I think it wore Mountoursville down.
Yep, Mountoursville again wraps up the season 19-7 overall, but nothing to hang their heads on since first win, first district title last week, since I was in college. I had to look twice.
I'm not going to tell you where I was.
Oh, you were coaching somewhere probably.
Yes, I was coaching somewhere, yeah. 31 years ago or so. I was at 86, I believe.
Okay. Well, Doug, thanks for a great season.
Thank you, Bob.
Great job by our crew all season long. We wrap things up with a doubleheader here in Shikellamy, and then we'll wrap things up, head back home, and we'll catch you on the other side. So for the entire Fox 56 Sports crew, for Aaron Dugan, Doug Walsh, this is Bob I saying so long from Sunbury.
Wendy's High School Hoops is presented by the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.